Eminent domain police power Escheat. Question 1. A salesperson handling a cooperative unit in Bowie must identify direct knowledge of a fact or claim affecting property. Which choice is correct? Option A, blockbusting. Option B, Megan's Law notice. Option C, actual notice. Option D, radon. The correct answer is option C, actual notice. A person with direct knowledge cannot rely on failure to record as though the issue were unknown. Both direct and record-based notice can affect purchaser rights. The information may come from documents, statements, observation, or personal awareness. Question 2. During a lease negotiation for a duplex in Ann Arbor, Elena needs to identify the rule described as a court proceeding used to resolve competing claims and establish ownership rights. Which answer applies? Option A, Fair Housing Act. Option B, Cloud on Title. Option C, Time-in arrangement. Option D, Quiet Title Action. The correct answer is option D, Quiet Title Action. The procedure is different from title insurance, which shifts covered financial risk. Interested parties must receive proper notice and an opportunity to be heard. The judgment can remove invalid claims and clarify the state of title. Question 3. A buyer is reviewing a warehouse in Marquette. Which term describes standards governing construction quality, materials, occupancy, and safety? Option A, Building Code. Option B, Easement Appurtenant. Option C, Encroachment. Option D, Eminent Domain. The correct answer is option A, Building Code. These rules protect occupants and the public by establishing minimum construction requirements. Permits and inspections help enforce compliance during building and renovation. Zoning controls location and use, while construction codes focus on how structures are built and occupied.
Stressed about your CNA? We can take CNA for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 4. At a title examination, a Michigan exam candidate encounters the following description: permission to depart from a zoning requirement because strict application creates a qualifying hardship. Which concept is being tested? Option A, Special Assessment. Option B, Variance. Option C, Easement Appurtenant. Option D, Eminent Domain. The correct answer is option B, Variance. The applicant must satisfy the standards established by local law. The relief addresses a property minus specific difficulty rather than changing the district rules for everyone. The zoning relief should not be confused with a use permitted automatically by the zoning classification. Question 5. Victor is assisting with a vacant parcel transaction in Hagerstown. Which principle applies when the facts involve a private limitation placed in a deed or recorded declaration that controls property use? Option A, a police power. Option B, conditional use. Option C, deed restriction. Option D, encroachment. The correct answer is option C, deed restriction. The restriction binds property through private agreement rather than direct government regulation. A use may comply with zoning yet still violate a stricter private restriction. Enforcement normally belongs to parties who benefit from the covenant. Question 6. Which answer most accurately identifies placing an eligible document in the public land records to give constructive notice in a real estate transaction? Option A, a constructive notice. Option B, price fixing. Option C, underground storage tank. Option D, recording. The correct answer is option D, recording. Failure to record can expose the grantee to later claims. The public filing establishes a public chain of title and can affect priority among competing interests. A valid deed may transfer rights between the parties before the public filing, depending on state law. Question 7. A question arising during property management audit concerns a deed limiting the grantor's title covenants to defects arising during the grantor's ownership. Which choice gives the best classification? Option A, special warranty deed. Option B, reasonable accommodation. Option C, redlining. Option D, general warranty deed. The correct answer is option A, special warranty deed. The instrument provides more protection than a deed with no covenants but less than a full general warranty. Title insurance may still be important because earlier defects remain possible. The grantor does not broadly warrant against problems created by earlier owners. Question 8. While analyzing a waterfront parcel, Nora must apply the concept involving a change in a housing rule or service needed for a person with a disability to have equal use and enjoyment. Which answer should be selected? Option A, a constructive notice. Option B, reasonable accommodation. Option C, general warranty deed. Option D, special warranty deed. The correct answer is option B, reasonable accommodation. Approval is required unless the request creates an undue burden or fundamental alteration. A housing provider may request limited information when the need is not obvious. The request concerns policy or procedure rather than a structural change.
Are you looking for CNA actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access CNA study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get CNA answer key today.
Question 9. Which real estate term is defined by directing housing consumers toward or away from areas based on protected characteristics? Option A, lead-based paint disclosure. Option B, material defect disclosure. Option C, steering. Option D, special warranty deed. The correct answer is option C, steering. The practice restricts consumer choice and perpetuates segregation. Comments about neighborhood composition or where a family would fit can create violations. Licensees should provide objective property and community information based on the client's stated criteria. Question 10. In a transaction involving a historic residence, which rule controls when there is a lawful existing use that remains after a zoning change makes that use inconsistent with current rules? Option A, license. Option B, easement by prescription. Option C, building code. Option D, non-conforming use. The correct answer is option D, non-conforming use. Expansion, abandonment, or destruction may affect whether the protection continues. The use is often allowed to continue because it was legal when established. A new owner generally takes the property subject to the same restrictions. Question 11. A property manager asks about a deed containing broad covenants protecting the grantee against title claims arising before and during the grantor's ownership. Which answer provides the legally accurate concept? Option A, general warranty deed. Option B, quiet title action. Option C, Fair Housing Act. Option D is steering. The correct answer is option A, general warranty deed. The grantor provides extensive assurances about ownership and the right to convey. The deed does not ensure physical condition or guarantee future value. The covenants can support a claim if a covered title defect later appears. Question 12. Talia encounters a physical intrusion of an improvement across a boundary line during a marketing review. Which principle should guide the analysis? Option A, license. Option B, encroachment. Option C, easement by necessity. Option D, lease pendens. The correct answer is option B, encroachment. Possible remedies include removal, an agreement, an easement, or litigation. Fences, buildings, and driveways can create this problem when they extend onto neighboring land. A survey may reveal the condition before purchase or financing. Question 13. Which choice best matches the description official authorization that a completed structure or space may be occupied for an approved use in the offer review described? Option A, easement in gross. Option B, Escheat. Option C, certificate of occupancy. Option D, conditional use. The correct answer is option C, certificate of occupancy. Occupancy before issuance can violate local requirements. A change in use may require a new approval even without major construction. The document generally follows required inspections and confirmation of code compliance. Question 14. During review of a rental home in Detroit, the parties discuss federal disclosure duties for most residential property built before 1978. Which term applies? Option A, title insurance. Option B, actual notice. Option C, reasonable modification. Option D, lead-based paint disclosure. The correct answer is option D, lead-based paint disclosure. The rule does not require the owner to remove all lead before transfer. Purchase contracts generally include a lead warning statement and an opportunity for qualifying buyers to conduct a risk assessment or inspection. Sellers and landlords must provide required information, available records, and the federal hazard pamphlet. Question 15. An exam scenario presents a use right that benefits one parcel and burdens another parcel. Which answer is most accurate in the per-listing meeting described? Option A, easement appurtenant. Option B, conditional use. Option C, building code. Option D, general lien. The correct answer is option A, easement appurtenant. The benefited and burdened parcels are commonly described as dominant and servient estates. The right ordinarily transfers with the land even when it is not mentioned in every later deed. It is tied to parcel ownership rather than to a particular individual. Question 16. A licensee preparing for a title examination must recognize a summarized history of recorded documents affecting a parcel. Which concept does this describe? Option A, quiet title action. Option B, abstract of title. Option C, steering. Option D, underground storage tank. The correct answer is option B, abstract of title. An attorney or title professional examines the information to evaluate marketability. The document identifies conveyances, liens, and other recorded matters in the chain of title. It is not itself an insurance policy against undiscovered defects. Question 17. Which answer correctly classifies a situation involving transfer of property to the state when an owner dies without a valid will and without legal heirs? Option A, building code. Option B, non-conforming use. Option C, Escheat. Option D, license. The correct answer is option C, Escheat. The doctrine prevents property from remaining permanently ownerless. It is different from a tax foreclosure or a voluntary conveyance. It applies only after the succession process finds no person entitled to inherit. Question 18. At an inspection period in Gaithersburg, Farah explains a charge imposed on property receiving a particular public improvement benefit. Which real estate principle is involved? Option A, a certificate of occupancy. Option B, building code. Option C, easement in gross. Option D, special assessment. The correct answer is option D, special assessment. The charge may become a lien against the benefited parcel. The assessment may pay for sidewalks, sewers, streets, or similar local projects. It differs from a general property tax used for broad governmental expenses.
Stressed about your CNA? We can take CNA for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. A transaction file for a townhouse raises an issue involving a naturally occurring radioactive gas that can accumulate in buildings. Which answer best resolves the classification? Option A, radon. Option B, material defect disclosure. Option C, cloud on title. Option D is steering. The correct answer is option A, radon. Long-term exposure can create serious health risk. Mitigation systems can reduce levels when elevated readings are found. The gas is colorless and odorless, so testing is necessary to determine concentration. Question 20. Which concept should a seller apply to facts involving personal permission to enter or use land that does not create an ownership interest? Option A, taxation. Option B, license. Option C, special assessment. Option D, general lien. The correct answer is option B, license. Unlike an easement, this privilege usually cannot be transferred as a permanent property right. Tickets and temporary access permissions are common examples. The permission is generally revocable and does not run with the land. Question 21. Wendy is studying a rule concerning insurance protecting against covered title defects that existed before the policy date. Which term should be chosen? Option A, CERCLA. Option B, steering. Option C, title insurance. Option D, Americans with Disabilities Act. The correct answer is option C, title insurance. An owner policy protects the buyer's interest, while a lender policy protects the mortgagee. Coverage depends on policy terms, exclusions, and exceptions shown in the commitment. The policy does not guarantee the property's physical condition or future market value. Question 22. When an office building transaction involves a statutory claim protecting persons who provide qualifying labor or materials to improve real property, which answer identifies the controlling concept? Option A, Escheat. Option B, easement in gross. Option C, subdivision regulation. Option D, mechanics lien. The correct answer is option D, mechanics lien. The lien attaches to the improved property and can affect sale or refinancing. The claimant must comply with notice, filing, and timing requirements. Payment disputes should be resolved before the claim matures into enforcement. Question 23. A practice question describes government authority to regulate property use for public health, safety, morals, and welfare. Which response is best? Option A, a police power. Option B, easement by prescription. Option C, taxation. Option D, general lien. The correct answer is option A, police power. State and local governments rely on this authority to adopt zoning, building, and safety rules. An extreme restriction that removes all economic use may raise a separate taking issue. The regulation does not require compensation merely because it limits a use, provided it remains a valid public regulation. Question 24. During a marketing review, which principle is illustrated by knowledge the law attributes to a person because information is available in public records or through visible possession? Option A, reasonable modification. Option B, constructive notice. Option C, abstract of title. Option D, special warranty deed. The correct answer is option B, constructive notice. The person cannot avoid the legal effect merely by claiming not to have looked. A purchaser is expected to investigate recorded documents affecting title. Open occupancy by another person may also create a duty to inquire. Question 25. Which answer states the concept associated with a deed transferring whatever interest the grantor may have without title warranties? Option A, reasonable accommodation. Option B, Fair Housing Act. Option C, quitclaim deed. Option D, time-in arrangement. The correct answer is option C, quitclaim deed. The grantee receives no assurance that the grantor owns the property or that title is clear. It is commonly used between related parties or to resolve clouds on title. The instrument can release a possible claim or correct ownership records.